Live Laugh Stuck is a self indulgent podcast featuring a heart player encouraging you to be self indulgent too. Welcome home. Hi, and welcome back to Live Laugh Stuck. This is another episode of Fanstuck, and today I have Leo here to talk about testism. You want to
Hi.
introduce yourself? You've been on before, but just re-say your pronouns and who you are and stuff.
Hi, I'm Leonardo Regalado. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm creator, coder, and writer for Testism as well as artist, but I have like a team that helps me anyway. I also do other projects, but I'm not gonna chill on that yet.
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for the end.
Yeah, thanks for having me here again.
Oh yeah, no problem. Got to have you back to talk about testism, which is so freaking cool. So testism is a friend sim sort of game. You want to tell me a little bit about the kind of background of it?
Testism is was created at the peak of like friend sim adventure type of like the game that was coming out, and I wanted like, hey, I've coded on Renpy before. Let me do my own, and I that's it's literally been like my coding learning experience child in a very weird way. But yeah, it's your basic meet two trolls, become friends with them, get separate endings with certain new elements added in every chapter, so to keep it like fresh and to that's the basic premise of it. Let's yeah.
Yeah. And do you have an overarching plot planned for everything, or is it just like, hey, meet all these cool people?
I do have like a plot plan for it, but it's like how to put this, it's the sort of thing where to be fair, I didn't start with a plot. I was like, here are two characters, and then I was like, hey, I have potential to do something like this. So what started as like a single project became like a 10 chapter story. And then I was like, right. And, but yeah, Testism it's basically this story about, I wanted to nail a couple of things from Friendsim. Is like, while you can be friends with everyone, that is not always the best outcome. And relationships are complicated, and I held them. My favorite thing about Friendster was when characters knew each other a lot, and you get to see like the relationships they have and maximize that to 11. So I could be like, hey, all of these people know each other, and you're just joining into the friend groups. How do you feel now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice, especially Canella will have an excuse to know literally everyone because she's got to have all the quadrants filled all the time.
Uh, Canela is like my proudest achievement, but also my least proudest achievement. Is kind of weird. And it's very weird to say this in public because a lot of people will probably skewer me. uh Canela back in the day, like way back when, like over a year ago, chapter one was done. I was like, okay, I need another character to fill up. I had Taron done, and he was supposed to be the interesting one, and he ended up being the one I left at the side. Canela was started as a joke because someone made like, how I think someone made a joke regardless, like, what will a female Cronus be like? And I was like, oh, I can do that, her, yeah, because I am a big brain and I have a smart ideas. So I did that. And then I actually like her a lot. And then I developed her character way past that. So she's far from that now. But it's like, I love her a lot. I'm very proud of what she's come. Like, but at the same time, knowing that it all started because I was like, this is a funny joke. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, sometimes that's how great stuff gets made, and Canela is very, very good.
Yeah. Mm,
And you were mentioning how this has been kind of a coding learning process for you, and I'm very interested in it because I do RenP stuff as well. I'm just very I don't think things. So like seeing like Mayfell's route was like it had a point and click adventure game in it. Like
yeah.
I mean, I never think of stuff you can do with RenP outside of like yeah, here's your choices, click yes or no, and get different ends.
See, like I like that a lot, but like I'm always in the mindset of like trying to like bring new experiences together to people. So I think about a lot about playability, and because I come from comics where you have to think about what the reader is going to get of your story into a point where and it's just people thinking about. So I think about this game. The thing about Friendsim is that one of the main criticisms I've seen across the months is that, well, Pesterquare as well, is that it's very still. There is just like read, click, read, click, and it's just like, why this is a point and click adventure game? What does this point and click adventure games have besides text? And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna try and put an actual point and click adventure game there and put an ending behind it and hope people can solve it and make floors and floors of art. It literally there is a period of 6 to 7 months between volume 2 and 3 just because I was learning how to code the point and click adventure and drawing everything, and I had to like discard and redesign, and it's literally like learning how to like game design while trying to make a friend sim for everybody, which is I guess a little backwards if you put it in a way because it's supposed to be very simple. But yeah.
Yeah, no, the concept of making friend sims is so simple that people have made like here's an engine, here's this, and just like because didn't you give a talk during SACON about like how to make a friend sim and like just go through all the basics of that, and then you're like, nah, I'm gonna make it way more complicated for everyone involved though, and like it's really good because of course they're going to have a freaking puzzle in their house that you have to go through because that would be their route.
Yeah, Fall is like their thing was originally their house is I don't think I put it. It's like the hive of cupboards, basically the house of secrets. So it was supposed to be more intricate with more things, and I was like, it's gonna have 7 floors, and like, yeah, no, scale it down. It has 3 floors, one ending, and a lot of puzzles. Call it a day. It's just I. It's been an interesting experience working on Testism. It's one of my biggest passion projects, and and I know there is someone out there who's actually gone through my code, and I kind of feel bad for them because the first 2 chapters are in one long code string, like in one script, and it's a big mess. And the third one is actually clean and all like separated and all very nice. And it's just like you can kind of tell like the evolution of things, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, how do you navigate this? The truth to be told, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna have to piece it apart as well and dig through all that code because it's a lot of fun. Like you do a lot of cool stuff with it. Um, and yeah, I like how your games like the different episodes they kind of stick to the Pester Quest, but the Pester Quest and Friend Sim narrative where it's like yeah you have like three different ends and it's pretty basic like that, but then you like I'll usually take it a step farther with like um all the different endings for Tyrone or like all the different choices for who to bring on the stage for Corello and it's just like a lot of interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, is just I have a desire to entertain people. I really enjoy um this is not me being like, oh, like my character. This is me being, oh, enjoy the game. Like
Yeah.
it's like everything else is circumstantial. this game could be about anything, but I really like when people like enjoy the experience they're having, and it doesn't feel like a okay, just gotta click, 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 and then just like zone out a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
like now that you mentioned it, Carlos Route was written by one of my friends called Wiz, and originally, like the reason I gave him Carol is because he was a more serious character when I envisioned him. But the thing, I didn't have a voice for him in brain, so I was like, this is not gonna go anywhere. I'm not gonna do a good job at it. And we pulled it out of the park with the like. I was like, you can do as many things as you want, just don't make it too code heavy. And he didn't. Like the script is like 10 pages long, and he made this funny himbo guy, and and you get to hold his hand, and he is like, and he included all of the other characters as well, and I was like, damn, Wiz, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And I just ended up like, it took me a little bit to like put everything together, of course, but like I really appreciate what he did there. He went the extra mile, and I gotta say that about to all of the collaborators that have helped me with Testism. They are like, they have helped me so much to like bring this world to life, and I am so happy for all of them, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have collaborators, which is, I mean, good because this is such a huge undertaking. How many people do you have? Like, what all do they work on?
Well, okay. So Wiz is writing another small task, which is basically like sometimes I need like a splice of Gordon Ramsay as a troll, and he's like, yeah, I can do that. And he does that. And then there is Mickey, Mikinga, or Mickey the Hamster, Glass Goblin, who are basically, well, and Queen, or the Connor, who are like all like background artists, and they help me when I'm like dying because there are so many fucking backgrounds to do, especially with my files route.
Oh my god, there were so many.
Yeah, there were so many, and I was like having issues with that, and they swoop in to help me at the very end. I normally like just I of course have guides and stuff like that, but I let them do their thing, how they want to render it, how much detail they want to have it. I'm not very strict about it. The one thing I told them all, please hide a Furby in that goddamn background. So there is a Furby in almost every single background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My god.
um the other thing, Mickey and Queen are my beta test, and Goblin now are my beta testers as well. So I send them the stuff like fresh out of the oven, and they go through it and break it as much as they can, and then I have to fix it before it goes live. And then then I sometimes I find musicians, I commission them, or just like I use this Technoax is like a free to use YouTube thing guy, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna snap this because it's free to use, and I just buy credit, and I do that. But yeah, it's been an interesting process all around. I love a lot of people that help me with this. They really don't have to, but they put everything into it, and I'm forever grateful. Like I could gush about it 20 hours.
Yeah, it shows. This is such a great project, and the music is so great. Like my reaction when Maffel's music showed up, like he just pops up, and there's just this bombastic music that comes along with him or them, and it's very good. Um, and so, what has the reception been so far? Like, have you seen a lot of other people talking about it?
Um, See, the first volume was like I have very weird like posting date times because the first volume was posted on like 28th of December of like 2018, and that kind of, and another theme also came out around that time. We both posted around the same time,
Hmm.
and it was like, and it got like a mild reception. Like some people, like someone made an RP account of more art because of course it happened, and
Yeah.
I was like, wow, holy, and it was amazing. Then I made the second one in August, coincidentally, like, again, another scene posted at the same time, and I was like, are you out of your mind? Do I have to really do this? And yes, it happened again. And volume 2 was like a little more like down. Like, I saw the same people who were reading Reddit, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have volume 3 in a month, it's gonna be fine. 6 months later, I have volume 3, and that one I put all my blood, sweat, tears into it. We pushed it out of the first of January this year, because again, we are posting time. That one actually has had a lot more like feedback of people. I see people actually playing the game that I don't know about. Like, it's like suddenly I see people playing the game and I just get so excited. I'm like, wow, you're actually playing it! Holy shit! And people like Carol a lot, and I am very happy with that. People like Morad a lot. That is 10 out of 10. Canela is like up there as well, and yeah, I am aware that I need to include more female leading characters, which is what volumes 4 and 5 and 6 are for. So there is that. I had to get the sausage out of the way. It's like, there you go. But yeah, no, it's I am. It's nice. It's nice. Seeing people enjoy the game and being like, yeah, what can you tell me about Morad? And I'm like, well, you see, if I told you that, I will have to spoiler the entire thing. Nothing. Yeah. That's like, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm just now remembering in Canella's route, you also had one of those little picture moving puzzle game things, and that was also really cool. And so this is kind of like, obviously it's a passion project for you. It's a Homestuck fan project, so it's not like you can like sell it. But did you just like have these characters sitting around and you decided to make a fan sim of them, or did you like have this idea for a fan sim and you just got the characters for it? Like, what brought you to work on it?
Okay, first, Quinn, who is my boyfriend, and I were like just dicking around, being like, all right, what we can do for fan tools, because we didn't have fan tools all the time. We have any of them, and we were like, okay, we have to think about this. So what we did originally was like make 2 and have them just be a couple or whatever the fuck, and that was it for a while. It was just us just sticking around, and then one day I learned that Rempa is the engine they use for Friendsim, and I go, I know how to do that. I made a game before in that. I made it in a week. It's a terrible game. Look at it. They was like, yeah, I can do that, and Creep was like, yeah, you should do that, and then after that, I was already getting warm up to the idea, and after that, I see someone makes the first. I think it's the first edit. It's called. I think it was called Frenzy Plus or Heist Plus, which is basically like an edit of like Renpai, and like it didn't have all of the UI complete. It had like some like misuse of the the way the controls are made. Like it wasn't like all complete, but it was the first one I saw. The first one made. I checked, and it was about you get to talk to what's his name, Vicare, and like maybe like what's his name, I forgot, Radman, TL Radman, Tagora, yeah.
Ratman,
Tagora.
yeah.
You get to talk about to them, and it's like it's nicely done. This is a little like thing with like an extra chapter you can play, and I was like, wow, okay. And I went, I can do that, but I can actually make the UI and everything because I know how to do it. So that's what, and then I started working on it, and then a friend came by and was like, oh, here is our thing, and they did like one as well, and I was like, wow, how do you do it so fast? How is everybody? It was around the time where people were like launching their own. I was like, how are you doing it so fast? It's like, oh, you just rip the code from the game, and I was like hard coding everything for the ground. Like, you can rip the code from the game? Excuse me? And that was the nail in the coffin when I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it from the ground, and I'm gonna do my game, and it's gonna be great. And that's when Volume 1 came out.
Yeah.
It was a mixture of being like, oh, it's Renpai. I know it from to I guess I was overworking for no reason. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. Watch me. Yeah. It's okay. It's a spite. I was working on a spite. Okay.
Yeah. That's, I mean, spite's a good motivator sometimes.
Yeah. I was it originally, but now it's just I love these characters. I love this world. I want to tell this story, and I don't want to let it go because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn as hell.
That's fair. I mean, these are all great characters, and like I said, you're doing a lot of interesting things with Renby that people just don't. I mean, not that I play like a shit ton of fan sims, but it's a lot of unique shit.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. I just want to bring the best to whoever plays it. Whoever is listening to have plays Testism, please play it. I will look at it on Twitter and give you a like because I'm bad at talking in Twitter, so I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely fair. So do you have any big plans for it that you can reveal? Any upcoming stuff?
Big plans are the well, it has 10 volumes planned,
Okay.
and it's gonna have 2 intermissions. One
Oh.
intermission comes after volume 4, which is
Okay.
and that one basically has extra information. It's not like a route. It's more like a let's put it as it's more like a text chat dialogue from High Up that you will have between Zephyrus
Okay,
and
gotcha. Yeah.
Joey. It's the type of thing that's gonna have. Another thing that I can probably say without being too spoiler is that I am also working on a fan adventure that is linked to Testism, but it's not the same thing. It's not required to read each other to understand each other, and it's not gonna come out in a long time. So I'm just like, it's not gonna be like, oh, I have tomorrow, guys. No, it's gonna.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a while. It's probably gonna be around volume 7. Um. Also, the other thing is like, if you want to know what volume 4 is more or less, there is a big hint in one of the Carlos ending because it has 4 endings. So in one of the endings, you get to see more or less what I'm gonna do with like what is coming in volume 4. So very excited for that one. Yeah, the team has already seen the character designs. I mean, we're all, and I have been I have a couple people working on the themes as well and everything. It's just things are coming according to plan. So yeah. Yeah.
That's very exciting. Do you have an estimated time for when Volume 4 is supposed to come out?
Um, I'm gonna be trying to bring it up March 15, and
Oh, okay.
that's the goal. If
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, then it's April 1st because hey, I am calendar man and I like posting in specific dates like Ides of whatever the fuck and April's Fools, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my estimated dates for work, and I have a feeling people are gonna get the next characters. I've been having a blast writing them, even though they're. Yeah, no, I've been having a blast writing them. There's nothing to. I'm not gonna pretend now.
Oh, that's very good because all these characters have been so good. So I'm looking forward to it. I wasn't super expecting it to be just next month or soon after that. So that's very exciting.
Yeah, it's mostly because I had to like after taking 6 months for volume 3, I was like, I need to scale it back just a little bit. I need to
Yeah.
teensy bit to scale down the ambition because honestly, I was like, all right, I know how to do point and click. What's the next thing to do? Learn how to make a character move with arrows. All right, let's do that. Let's not do that. let's not turn it. Let's not make this hype swap because I am this close. I'm like, let's not do that. That's not a game I want to make yet. But
That would
yeah,
be kind of funny though, that if you just like rig Renpy to do like half the stuff you can do in, or at least some of the stuff you can do in Unity, which is what Hive Swap was made in.
yeah, like I am very tempted to start breaking Renpai open, being like, all right, it's time to make RPGs in Renpai. Like, no,
Yeah, Renpy's no longer the visual novel engine.
no, it's like, oh, it's a full-on game engine. Welcome, but I wanted to scale it back because I don't want people to wait too long for the rest of the story. Because again, this is a story that I'm trying to tell, and yes, it's my testing ground for things, but it's also not the place for me to start going around and being like, I'm gonna change the how physics work in this game.
Yeah.
Y'all are gonna have to deal with it. Like, not exactly the place to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited, even if you don't decide to turn Renpy into just an RPG. um, so you're working on a lot of other stuff. You have the calendar that came out at the beginning of the year, which makes sense because that's when calendars typically come out. um, what else do you have going on? You have a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I like to have a lot, so I like to rotate projects a lot, but so I keep interest in all of them. But yeah, the calendar was something I did like before I started my big contract work that I just finished. I just did it in like a 2-3 weeks period, and I just painted everything, and I started screaming like, yes, yes, and it's just like alien everywhere. And it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Then right now, what I'm doing with again Goblin and Queen, and we are gathering people to do distant quests, which is basically an ancestor pester quest sim, and it's coming up. It's pretty funny. The day of the recording is when subscription applications end. Aha, too late. You will never get to know now. And doing that, I'm leading that. We have already a working prototype. I work with the UI and rigged a couple of things. So there is that. Um, Another project I'm working on. It's a couple of projects that are not ready to Homestuck. One is a Batman scene that I'm also running that is coming out in like next month. And lastly is a podcast that has again nothing to do with Homestuck. It's a history podcast called the Screenshot House that I've been working to write the episodes for a little while. Um, it's about a haunted house and an old man that goes to live in it. So yeah, it's I'm very excited. I'm working with a friend of mine who is a long-time voice actor, and I also get to voice act it, but I do it less, not a lot. So he's the professional one. He's the one I'm like, wow, you can sound like 10 people. I can sound like two, but you're cool. And so yeah, he's the main character. So we're gonna be doing that, and there is another other couple projects that I have on the line, but I don't want to be like um I don't want to start like mentioning them and coming it out and then be like, well, see you in 7 months.
Yeah. That's
Uh,
fair.
yeah, I like to bring projects when I know they're like coming actually together and not just like announcing them for the sake of announcement and forget about them until I'm ready. So yeah, it's that those are the ones that are currently in production for my schedule and are gonna come out soonish, hopefully, unless something happens. So there is that.
Yeah, no, that is super exciting. I'm so excited every time someone says they're starting a podcast because podcasts are so fun. And then I get to put something else in my podcast app to listen to while I'm at work. So
He's hoping I can help you listen to something while I work because yeah, I had that issue while I was at work, being like, which podcast are we listening today? Being watches Jax. Let's go, everybody. It's just like that. That is not a joke. I actually there is a couple days that when I was just animating like all days, like, oh, Jax does Homestuck or Leaf Livestock nowadays. I knew you.
yeah. I appreciate that. I'm glad people can just like listen to me and chill and do shit. Uh,
it's it helps. It helps to focus really.
It does. Yeah. I feel like my workday goes so much faster when I have podcasts to listen to. And yeah, yours sounds cool. I need more story podcasts to listen to.
Yeah, story podcasts are fun. They are hard.
Yeah.
They're very very hard. Uh, but yeah, it's rewarding. I'm gonna be seeing on the audio editing and everything. But yeah, I'll probably, maybe, likely, very likely give a sneak peek around when it's ready, because I am like that and I cannot help myself, and I just like, hey guys, look, I have a little preview for you all. It's just just like dump it on the treehouse and be like, it's like, what is this? It's like, I just finished that. You want it? Okay. So yeah.
It's cool shit. Yeah, well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about testism or anything before we sign out?
mm, Anything else? Uh, all right. Let me check my notes. Wait, I don't have that. Oh, all in all, I'm glad that people who played it say that they like Morat a lot, and I'm glad, because yes, he's the protagonist. So I'm glad you like it.
That's
You
good.
like.
I love Morat so like he's so much my type. It's ridiculous.
Uh, I'm always surprised by that. I never like, it's like trash me. I don't know. He's Morat. I love Morat. I love writing Morat, but he's like, he's my he's like one of my defaults, like super villain, egotistical, into himself, but asshole with a heart of gold. I'm like, yes, yes,
Yeah, like
yes.
that's all I need from characters. I think it's yeah, Ego also does a lot of good characters. That's just up my alley too. Y'all just know what I like, and you feed me. That's all I want.
I'm here to keep the people fed. And the other thing, what else? Everyone, y'all are sleeping on Toby. He's gonna find you. That other way. Canela, best girl. The best character in this goddamn game is Canela. How dare you? Uh, Tyrone is Tyrone is Tyrone, and really, I am really sorry that y'all are expecting a normal Twitter, and then I put Tyrone in charge of the fucking Twitter, because that's how life is. And Carol is a himbo, and Mafol is. They will sell you for a current chip. Please don't trust them. That's all I gotta say on the
But
matter.
they're so good.
No! It's a current chip. This is you. You are a soul.
Oh man. Okay. Well. Thank you so much. Where can people find you on Twitter or Tumblr or elsewhere?
Twitter, Twitter and Patreon and all that stuff is just PyShark, which is PI3 Shark, and Tumblr is Hermanco, which is is the name of a German company that I managed to overthrow because I'm powerful. So yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to look up my collaborators too, which is like Goblin and Deconoir and Vikinga, all in like Twitter. And yeah, and Wizard Wiz.
Yeah, and I'll have links to everything below. Spotify users, I know links don't quite work for you, so go to livelaughstuck.buzzsprout.com to find all the links. And yeah, definitely give them all your support because this is very good and it obviously has like a lot of effort put into it for it's a fan project and I'm always excited about what people do for just like media they love. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me again, Leo. You know, maybe I'll grab you back for the ancestor fan sim too, because like,
Just be back tomorrow. Like, hi guys.
hi guys, long time no see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I already have the next Fanstuck scheduled and ready to go, so I'm very excited about that one too. Remember, I have a form down in the links where you can submit your own project to be considered for a Fanstuck episode. So please do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And anyway, I will see you guys next week. Hey y'all, it's me, ya boy, back at it again at the podcasting. I know it's been a bit of silence here, and there might still be a bit of silence, but I do have an announcement episode coming up, maybe next week, maybe the week after. I'll try to get that up soon, let you guys know what's going on. Things, they are a changin'. That said, thank you to my newest my newest regular patron. I know what my patron titles are called. I know what the tiers are. It's fine. But yeah, thank you to my regular patrons. I have Danny, brand spanking new, and Space Arby's, who has been here through the good and the bad, the tough and the silent. And I don't know why tough is the opposite of silent, but that's what I said. So we'll roll with it. Anyway, sorry this took so long to come out. Really sorry for Leo because, like, Testism is fucking good, and I really needed to get this out so you guys can go play Testism. But stuff happens, and I'll tell you more about stuff that has happened and will happen and, is happening in my next announcement episode, which will be sometime in the future. Soon? Anyway, thank you guys again for listening, and I will see you when I see you.